Hi there, my name is Maria Gurrieva. I'm the founder of Studyamerica, and we help international students from all over the world get accepted to top US universities. In this video, let's talk about the books that can help you get accepted to a top US university. Let's go. The first book I want to talk about is, of course, my book, written by Maria Gurrieva about the admissions process to the United States. Unfortunately, it's not written yet. The second book that I suggest is A is for Admission. This is a book, and it is written by a former member of the admissions committee in Dartmouth College. And this book is great. It's just great if you want to know everything that they do in the Ivy League admissions, how they evaluate the candidates, what kind of score system they use, and just how they compare different students, what is really important and what is not. Then definitely check out this book. The legend says that this writer of this book, she was fired from the university, and then she was so upset about it that she wrote a book with everything, all the truth, everything that they do in there. And this book was so provocative that they even decided to ban it. But then the book just became so popular that it was impossible to ban it. Then they did the other edition of this book, and then the third edition of the book, and it was somewhat more limited in terms of what they say, but at the same time, this book is very powerful in terms of applying to the Ivy League school and understanding how it all works. If you can actually find the earlier edition, then they have more inside information. The later editions had a little bit less than of that, but still this book is great in order to understand the admissions process and understand how you're going to be evaluated in there and how you can improve your application in order to pass all their evaluation process much better. So definitely check out this book. If you want to prepare for the exams and actually get through the admissions process to the United States University and get accepted and get full financial aid and get to the top US university, then also check out my free masterclass. It's free, you don't have to pay for the book, and I'll tell you all the steps necessary in order to succeed in the admissions to the top US university and in order to get financial aid. The third book that I recommend is 50 Successful Harvard Admissions Essays. And in this book, you can read the essays that actually worked when people submitted them to Harvard. And those students got accepted. And in this book, you can read those essays so that you can have an idea of what is a successful essay, what is a good essay. And then there are also comments of why this essay was great. There are several editions of this book, and there's actually two separate books with the same idea with 50 successful essays. So you can have a good read, actually learn a lot of stories, and get a feeling of what a good essay is. Other books that you should definitely check out when you're applying for the United States is, of course, the textbooks for your main exam. And your main exam is the SAT test or the GRE test or the GMAT test. And there are several books to consider in order to prepare and get a better result on the exam. The official guides for every exam, there's an official book that is created by the admissions creators. And with the SAT test, however, this book is not very good because they don't give you any insider information on how to pass it well. They just give you the tests to practice, and those tests are easily found online. So this book is just probably not very useful for the SAT preparation, but for the GRE test and for the GMAT test, the official guides are extremely nice, and they can prepare you very well. So definitely check out the official guides for the GRE and GMAT tests. Also, good books for the exams are Kaplan and Barron's, and here for the SAT test, I definitely suggest that you start with those, with the Barron's book and then the Kaplan book. The thing about those two books is that the Barron's generally are more useful for the preparation by yourself because they have very clear tactics and tricks. They teach you how to kind of cheat on the exam, how to spot the wrong answer, how to spot the right answer, and those things are not explained in the official guide. They actually came up with them and they work in Barron's. But the problem with the Barron's is that when you learn the techniques and then you practice on the exercises that are given in the Barron's textbook, it all works. It's all easy. But in the actual exam, it doesn't always work this way. And so the Barron's textbook is great in learning the techniques, but then on the actual exam, you might be a little bit confused because not everything is that easy as it content was in the Barnes textbook. That is why the other book comes to play, and this is the Kaplan textbook. And the Kaplan generally are harder books, and they are not as good as Barnes in explaining you the tricks and techniques, but the exercises are actually harder than the actual test. So if you practice for the Kaplan textbook, then you actually learn how to do everything. And when you come on the actual exam seems easier than what you went through when you were preparing with the Kaplan textbook. So I suggest that you use both. Of course, use the official guide, start with that if you are preparing for the GRE and the GMAT test. But then it's very good to use a combination of Kaplan and Barnes. Start with Barnes to learn all the techniques, and then finish with Kaplan, where you practice and actually get to even a harder point than it is on the actual exam. The other textbook that you also need to buy and prepare and use for your preparation process is, of course, the Toefl textbook if you need to pass a Toefl test. And there's also an official guide for the Toefl test. There's also Kaplan and Barnes, and it all works completely the same as in the previous section of my video. You prepare with the official guide, then you use Barnes to learn all the techniques, and then you use Kaplan to hone your skills. Another textbook that I really enjoy is the Cambridge Preparation for the Toefl test. And this book is not super easy for self-education because not everything is correct and clear in the book, but the exercises are great and they're actually harder on the actual test. I really love this book, and I use that for my course, for my Toefl course. And this course is a bestseller course, so definitely check it out if you need to prepare for the Toefl test. We use Cambridge Preparation for the Toefl test textbook in that book, in that course, and we'll learn all the techniques, all the tricks to help you answer all the questions correctly and to actually fulfill all the requirements and to know how you're going to be judged and scored and to fulfill all the requirements to get the highest score. And definitely check out my course if you want to apply for the Toefl test. The link is in the description. If you like this video, please press the like button and share what you think in the comments. And subscribe to my channel. There are a lot of very useful videos about the admissions process to the United States. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on my Toefl course, on my free masterclass, or in other videos. Bye bye.